live video tonight here at the Hoosier garage. Just trying to set it up here. Sorry for looking all dirty about it. Apologies if you're really hanging on my videos. One, thank you. That's very flattering. But two, there have been no videos officially for about 3.5 weeks now. I apologize for that. Things have been crazy, along with trying to continue doing this. So this is something that near and dear to me. Want to get it done, or at least get it painted before it really gets, any kind of snowy weather. It's nothing like that right now. But I want to get it to where it's at least painted red, and yeah, go from there. But right now I'm working on getting the last little bits and pieces of it smoothed out. I've had some pressure issues with my gun when I was doing the primer, so we have, this actually isn't bad here, but around the windows here, it's a little textured. Nothing crazy, but I'm just taking a pad, and we're gonna highlight this in our video. The next video that you're gonna see, official video, click, when we get back to it, will be the journey to getting this paint on the van. But I want to let you all know that I'm still here. I'm not abandoned it. I've not gotten tired of it. We had a few things. If you're new and you don't know the full story, but we had to reinstall the operating system on our computer. We didn't lose anything, so we'll have all the fun commercials and graphics and all that fun stuff that we have on our channels. As always, I backed it up first, but it made it editing our videos extremely uncomfortable. Time spent. It was no fun. It got to dragging around, so I thought we got to do something here because it's making them terrible to play with. So got that done. I have been working on this. We got the doors in the back, some new metal on the very bottom of them. When I last did a live a couple weeks ago, we showcased that just a little bit. I actually have enough to make a video on that, but I might release it later, so it'll be out of order from all the other stuff. And it's just crazy. All kinds of stuff's going on. Actually, my daily driver, believe it or not, is a 2010 Camaro. I think I shared a little bit of it last year, but last year we had to put a different engine in it. The other one locked up. Just driving down the road, locked up on me. So we got that in there. Had to get a loan to pay for it. And still paying on that. Got a lot of it knocked out. But a few days ago, I go to jump in it and start it and go somewhere. Won't start. And of course, on these new cars, you have anti-theft, you have computers, all kinds of relays, and so on and so forth. So probably some kind of a ground issue or a connection not being made. Everything works except for actually getting a crank out of it. Will not crank. So me and the wife are sharing our basic car every day, day in, day out, till we can get something acknowledged. I really don't want to mess with that car anymore because I'm still making payments on it. I'm still making payments on the engine we put in last year, and I don't want to spend $90 an hour for somebody to poke around at it for 10 hours trying to figure out what's wrong with it. I'm not interested in it. So it's going to just sit there right now. I'd love to get in it one day and it just starts up and it's fine. It occasionally did that, so I was hoping, who knows. Trying to get this thing back on the road. It still starts and everything. That 4-barrel we put on it seems like it's all right, but I haven't had a chance to take it out and really stretch its legs any. So there's a lot of anxiety going on over here at the Hoosier garage. And if you share with me, I appreciate it. If you share with me, I really appreciate it. And I'm just kind of doing a half-cocked job here of just getting the primer here smoothed out, which this is the epoxy final coat. And the paint will get applied right on top of this. But and since it's a driver, I've said before, I'm a perfectionist in a way, but there's only so much I can personally do. skill level wise. And I do pretty good. Like, remember the quarter panels here? I think the seam is right here above where you can see. Yeah, you can see right, there's a seam there somewhere, but I can make that work. But there's just a lot of sheet metal, a lot of real estate here. And we got to remember, it is a daily driver, but we want it to look kind of cool. So mainly this stuff that you come up to and look at right here, I'm going to smooth that out for sure. If we get down here, we got a little bit thicker primer. I probably won't spend too much time trying to, thin that out and do that sort of thing. But there's still a few things that need to be done before we paint it color. And you can see around here, we've got plastic hanging up. It's almost ready to go. I'm fighting the uphill battle trying to get this thing ready. And it's not been easy. It's really at times not been fun lately. But I'm trying to do the best I can. I'm not going to be the guy that just sits around and just lets it sit in the corner. Well, I ain't got time for that, or I got more important things to do. Well, I've got more important things to do, but we're going to do it anyway. You understand? Okay. So, is there anybody in the peanut gallery today? Anything going on? Any comments? I'm not seeing much. I think there was something earlier, but I was too busy ranting and raving about my life right now, which is a good life. Don't get me wrong. Everything is really spectacular. It's fantastic. There's just little setbacks that we're dealing with. Everybody does. You're probably dealing with something worse, but if you need to complain about it, type it out right there. Let me hear about it. If you're so inclined to do such a thing. I've got this fender here done, which these fenders are only about that wide. And comments go away when I touch them. That's nice. Let's see. Top chat. I'm getting a cold sore, I think, which is weird. I was at the drugstore today, and I saw something on the counter. It said cold sore cream, and I'm thinking, that's weird. I never have to use that. Here we are. Probably need to get some. I can't get the chat. Will not come up for me. Top chat doesn't show me nothing. Well, until I see something, I can't respond back. So if you got any questions, fire away. Getting a call there. There's a Dundee's Adventure. He's currently battling rotted out 4-pans in his 83 Dodge Crew Cab. I hear your pain. I feel your pain. John Wilburn. This is paint action. We hope. We hope. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to be right back. Don't leave the chat. I'll be right back. Just well, are you still there? Are we still there? 6 people are here. 6 thumbs up. I can't ask for anything more. I can't do it. I don't know what it'd be besides getting this thing painted. So, let me think. Let me get my head together here. I don't want to ramble too much. I know I do that. There's a lot of thoughts going on up here. You understand? The channel of Hoosier Garage is I say doing pretty good. Like I said, I haven't updated in like 3.5 weeks, and all of you guys are still subscribing, I don't know if it's when you get past 1,000. I mean, it's not like super big numbers, but every day after no video, I'm still getting subscribers. Thank you. But I've got big plans for the channel, and me and a buddy, if you'd like to give a shout out, he's more than welcome. I don't want to, like, drag him out in front of everybody. But we was talking today about if you're good at something, and in particular, if you're doing the YouTube thing, where you're all on here, you're looking at your favorite channels, these knuckleheads like me, doing stuff on these vehicles, and kind of acting like they know what they're doing. Some of them acting like it because they actually do know, and some of us that don't. We're good at certain things. There's certain things you like about the channel. There's certain things you may not, but other people may do that thing better. And you got to do what you're good at, right? Even if it doesn't directly pertain to this, but you can make it pertain to it. So what I'm getting at is we want to offer like some cool stuff to everybody. Like, you notice this garage is kind of naked, it's kind of bare. There's not a lot really going on in here. And that's because I just haven't spent a lot of time decorating. A lot of guys are like garage mahals. And they got some cool stuff. So we want to make cool stuff, original artwork, posters in particular, different kinds of posters, very melodramatic looking, automotive related situations, and then offer them to everybody. And we could be known as that channel that does that. Everybody does t-shirts. We do t-shirts. And if you'd like to buy a t-shirt, that's great. It helps us out. I think I'm happy with that. But I just kind of want to expand it out. And as we're winding down slowly on this van, we're going to get into working on the duster. And, without lying about it, it's going to bring in some more people that like to watch muscle car stuff, Mopar muscle car, bottom of the line Mopar muscle car, aka Plymouth Duster. That's just the way it was. That's the way it is. And I'm taking the 320 grit sandpaper and hitting some of these areas that are particularly rough, where it looks almost orange peely. And I'm just kind of breaking that down a little bit, giving it a little bit of a hand sand. I'm not cutting through the primer, like, into the 2K or to the bare metal or nothing like that. I'm just hitting it enough to kind of take the that little crispy edge off of it. And then you take your 800 grit gray pad and rub it down real good. You can feel it if it's still got a little bit of the texture. Just drag it around there a little bit more. Works for me. And you can kind of see it too, just get flatter and not as gravelly looking, I guess. But the duster, I'd like to be able to drag it in here where this is setting and have this where it's mobile enough and protected enough to where if you got to leave it out in the rain for a day or two or a week, hopefully not, but you could trade them in and out, easily. I don't have a side-by-side garage situation. My neighbor does over there, and that I would love to have that, maybe someday. That way one can sit here and one can be worked on here, and you put a curtain between them. But right now we're in a very one behind the other type of situation, and it makes it a challenge. And we're all about challenges. So has anybody got anything else to say? We got Dundee. He's doing the floors in an 83 Dodge. What else is going on? 9 people. Only 8 thumbs up. Get another thumbs up. You all understand that this needs to be like the best channel on YouTube someday. Maybe not now, but someday. One thing this is also good about, if you got little nubs of anything that got into the primer, little bits of primer that maybe got through your strainer or built up in the cut as you're shooting it, or something you kicked up off the ground, you just break it right down real quick. Anything that signifies something of a run, we can knock that down. And just kind of, I'm just fine tuning everything here. What can I say? I want to look over here, but I should look there. It looks better, don't it? So, yeah, what else? Oh, one thing I almost forgot to do. Had to get me a tube of seam sealer and put around these joints where the hinges are. And that's where the gap, where the tongue of the hinge slips into the door shell. It doesn't go around this part here where it bolts on. And I actually need to get on the inside here a little bit. I hate this seam sealer. It's called Fast and Firm. It's from 3M. And it's the only stuff I ever find on the shelf. And it sucks. And it sucks because the minute it comes out of there, you can't smooth it out. You can dip your finger in lacquer thinner or anything all day long, and you think, oh, that'll make it smooth, like you're spitting on your finger when you're running caulk in a house, like on some trim. This stuff don't work that way. This wants to smear and drag and just horrible. This one turned out okay here. That one, eh. And it's like if they get little edges on them, you try to clean them off with a razor, and they're so rubbery, and it takes forever to set up. And they call it Fast and Firm. It's a misnomer. It's not the truth. It's more like not fast and firm, but firm after a long time and a headache in between. That's what this stuff is. I think it looks the same color as what the factory would have used, but it's not the same stuff because they wouldn't have put up with this on an assembly line, taking that long to dry. I put, where was it? Up here. Can't see it right now, but around the corner underneath the strip rail, I put some around there. Actually, I put it from here to there, and then down the other side where I ground it out. And that was a week ago, and it's still a little like I can poke it with my nail and it'll want to grab. So go figure. Go figure. So what's going on, guys? It's a Tuesday night. I'm out here alone. It's quiet. That's why I'm talking to you. And I've got a cold sore. I mean, it can't get any better than this, right? Doesn't get any better than this. This primer is particularly rough on the wheel arches. And I think it needs to be addressed, so. See if I can pull up the chat again. Probably not. See, it says top chat, live chat. All messages are visible, just not to me. There we go. Oh, there it come up that time. All right, let me catch up here. Let me catch up. It looks like it's letting me have it now. Okay, Doug Narden, if you're still here, thank you. Last Sunday, 413 motorhome engine ran. Awesome, awesome. It runs like it was shut off yesterday. It hasn't run in 20 years. 60 PSI hole. Duddy's, it says, looking good. Thank you. Griffith is digging the paint booth setup. Thank you. I just staple it to the overhead 2x4s. And Doug said he did a temporary booth out of 2x4 sheeting. Worked great, excellent, and a plum crazy stain on the concrete. Yeah, I know all about that. I used to have a spot here on the floor that had plum crazy on it, and it finally wore away. Paul says, great DIY. Thank you. There's actually a gap over here, like a big open spot, but that's where the garage is, and the air should flow out. I got a fan over there, and then a squirrel cage over here, like you have in a furnace, and it sucks it out. And you stand in here, you can feel the air. You hit any dust, it'll just go whoosh, right out. Let's see. Russ never sleeps. True. Paint's very dry. Not like the UTG live stream the other night. I must have missed that. Yeah. John's right about the voting and the subscriptions on our channel. And yeah, we just got to make the best of what we got as far as our talents, that sort of thing. And okay, Doug's repeating. Sorry to make you repeat there, Doug. My cousin Mofo Driver is on. How you doing, Chris? Make sure you check out Chris's channel over at Mofo Driver. He's got a 66 Dart that we need to make it back up to and help him get the wheel bearings on the front on. And then we can kind of go to the next stage of getting it running. It runs, but it needs to be probably a good tune-up on it. Slant 6 car. So, a lot going on, a lot needs to be done. And hopefully this fan comes out. I hope that my decision to do single stage paint on this will not eat me alive. But I'm going to try and make it work. I might have to buff this thing. Don't be surprised if I get this thing painted and it don't look that great. I've had hit and miss paint jobs. But maybe if you see a pattern over time, you'll go, oh, I know what he's doing. And if I don't figure it out, maybe you'll figure it out. But I might have to buff this thing down. When I had my duster years ago, I did base clear. The clear I shot, it was in June. I shouldn't have done it. I shot it in the whole thing in June. And it had a decent orange peel, but I was able to wet sand it and buff it, and it looked awesome. So the way I'm looking at painting this red, since there's no metallic in it, you really just got to worry about coverage, like you would with clear coat, and getting the gloss. You know, putting a nice wet coat on and then lapping probably 50%, or maybe even 75% actually. Sometimes when I do clear, yeah, you gotta go 75%. So we might have to do the same method, and we don't have to worry about metallic. If you got metallic, you gotta kind of do that, but you want to be a little quicker and kind of fog it on. That way you don't get all them tiger stripes going through it where you have higher concentrations or your air pressure is too high or something like that. But this one is just going to be solid red, FE5 Chrysler Rally Red. I got my the black pinstriping paint. It's TX9 Mopar. It's going to be all Mopar colors, even all the little ones. And then we'll have EV2 Hemi Orange, which will be one of the stripes. And I'm thinking I might go Curious Yellow on the other one. I can't remember the code on that one right off. It might be Y1. That's Lemon Twist. I can't remember. I was never really into yellow specifically, but this will have yellow on it. And as far as our logo that we put on, our Hoosier Garage logo, I might do a magnet. Somebody suggested that, and I'm going to see if I can get a nice pair of magnets made, like about the size of a medium pizza. Put it right over top of the stripe. If we get in trouble, we can just peel them off. And nobody would know where to look. Just kidding. I should probably move that camera if you want to see what I'm doing down here.